Bro, okay,
Like
so
what, bro?
we just bought this mobile home park, man. And I guess the old owner would let people pay like on the 25th of the month, and they're just constantly a month late. I see a rent roll this morning of like, it was like 16 grand that we have not collected. Now we're still cash flowing.
Yeah.
But we should have been cash flowing 22 grand.
Where was the property?
It's in Louisiana.
State?
It's in Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's just, you know, people have to get used to the new management, the new systems. You know,
I've noticed it
happen.
seems like older landlords, they don't care as much, especially if
they don't, because they're always there. They're cutting the grass.
Or if the property's paid off.
Oh yeah,
there's less of a concern. They value the peace of mind than collecting a little extra.
Yeah,
you know?
Or making them do it on time.
Sure.
He doesn't want it.
They're just like, all right, it's late.
Funny you say
right,
this.
pay me. Yeah.
He owns an electrical company. Really cool dude. I really like him a lot.
Cool.
Really smart man. He really turned that park around. It's really nice. It was a really, in my opinion, like a very fair exchange. Sure. He like tripled his money, over tripled his money, but it's still a strong cap rate. It's still good after debt service.
What's the cap rate?
Bro, it was like,
it's got to be,
bro,
for a mobile.
Bro, it's like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the debt service on it is like 16. But if we get it 95% and everybody pays rent on time, we cash flow 22 grand a month. You know, it's worth it. Now the balloon would come up, you know, because he's doing IO for us. So we'd have to go into traditional financing. But I'm actually super hoping in the next couple of years kind of goes the other way. I don't think it could go very much higher. Now, I think it could kind of get stagnant.
You mean interest rates to go down?
I'd love to see them go down.
Yeah. I think everybody would.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. I don't know.
But even if it doesn't, these properties, I think people make a big mistake by looking at cap rate. I mean, cap rate's great. Cool. You know how the property performs. But I think a big mistake that you can make is not understanding debt service and like understanding where the debt's coming and when it's going to balloon. Even in the cycle, even in the long, like if like you ever watch the Ray Dalio video, long-term, short-term debt cycle?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Kind of like understanding where you are in that long-term, short-term debt cycle in regards to whether it's a 5-year or 15 or a 7-year, whatever the balloon is. Mm-hmm. Like even now, I'm going to constantly be shopping debt. You know, it's just something I want to do. And then insurances and just everything about it. So, yeah, the only thing that's nerve-wracking for me is debt service, really. Because cap rate's cap rate. It's very non-emotional, you know?
Yeah.
And we're always going to be raising the rents.
Isn't that risky, though, that in the event interest rates end up going up 5 years from now?
Isn't that always the risk?
Not if you lock in. If you lock in now, then your biggest risk is not maintaining a property or having the area deteriorate in value.
Yeah.
Then that's the biggest risk.
Are you getting... How long has it been since you bought a commercial property?
Never bought commercial, only
residential. So this is commercial.
Yeah.
So I can't get this fixed rate 30-year, you know?
Yeah, but you can still fix 7-10 years.
But
yeah.
That's what I just said, though.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, where are we in 7 years? You know, where are we in 3 years? Because some of my balloons come up in 3. Now, the good news about the ones that come up in 3 is we have extension options on them to extend where they make more money. We try to offer like a couple different offers.
Well, I think the difference here is that you're doing, it seems like, interest-only balloon payments.
Yeah, they are.
So it's lower money up front, more cash flow up front.
Way
but
more
at the
cash flow.
risk of 5 years from now, what happens when that resets? Versus doing,
I get that, but
or something for 10 years, and the interest rate could bump up a percentage based on.
Yes, sir. But it's certainly better than taking an 8% interest rate from the bank right now. Because I believe, if I had to bet, now I'm not super bullish on this, but I think after the election, and I don't think it's going to be a lot, just a little bit, like a point or two. But that point or two is huge. People don't understand how 1 point is to a property. 1 percentage point. And to lock that in, I
think there's been analysis. I think 1 percentage point equates on average, it's between 8 to 12% of a property's value.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah. So $1 million, 1%, all of a sudden it's $100,000 off.
One thing that I'm making for certain that I'm doing is that I have no refinance penalties. And that makes me feel good because I do believe and I'm also telling the banks, like, listen, you're giving me this loan. You're not giving me a penalty. I want to refinance with you. Just give me the going rate, what's out there right now. So we'll see. But I'm very excited about it. They cash flow. There's definitely work to be done. There was some like I bought 64 apartments in December, and there's definitely CapEx. The mobile home parks that we have in Ohio are doing well, and I feel good about that. And it's really just about getting all the systems all the way in.
Yeah.
And getting the plane off the ground, man.
Now, here's an interesting question, because you grew up in a trailer park, right?
Yeah, I lived in 4 on it, so I lived in them on and off. Yeah.
What is that like for you, owning a trailer park, having grown up in one?
There's a country music song called "I'm Gonna Be Somebody Someday." One of the first things I did was get in my truck and drive through that park, listening to that song. You ever heard it?
No.
Oh yeah, you should. You should. It was good for my soul, man. It was everything I'd ever dreamed of. Like I always dreamed of, making enough money where I could buy real estate. I own the neighborhood, bro. I own all of it. There's 60 trailers in there. And I see all those mailboxes. I own this place. It's not even about the money.
Yeah.
I'm not even pocketing the money. It's about the achievement, to me. And the fact that I know that I'm taking care of my future in such a solid way with such a solid asset. You can touch it. I have plenty of crypto, but I'm not as proud of my crypto as I am my real estate.
Yeah.
Because it was always my goal. Before YouTube got big, real estate was like bigger pockets. You watched your stuff. It was the only thing I knew. And people forget this when we talk about subscription-based models. Real estate is the OG of the subscription-based model. It's like the OG.
Yeah.
And I don't even meet many people in the self-development space or people that want to get better that don't say they want to own real estate. I actually did it. It means so much to me, and it's completely non-monetary.
Do you ever see kids in the trailer park and think, that was me at one point, and want to help them out?
I have that moment.
Yeah.
I have that moment. I don't really think I'm open to helping them. I remember that, and also have the thought they can get out of here, and it's up to them to realize that or not. If they were to come up to me and ask me, which one thing that I haven't experienced yet is that one of my tenants know me, with a lot of people that know me now. I'm sure it's going to happen, and I can't wait to unload onto that, because it's probably going to be a young man, right? I can't wait to sit them down and tell them. I'll sit right there on that porch with them and tell them they can do it, because I believe it. I've seen it, I lived it, and I know it's true.